First, the headlines. Manipur government to soon enforce law ending hereditary chieftainship in hill regions. PM Modi inaugurates India's first underwater metro lines in Kolkata. And curfew relaxed in Imphal East, West and Thabul districts till 10 p.m. For Kachin district, curfew has been relaxed till 8 p.m. In Bishnupur district, curfew has been relaxed till 5 p.m. today. Hello, good afternoon. You're watching ELITETV English News at 12:30. Here we have the latest news updates. The Manipur government is set to enforce a law that will put an end to the practice of hereditary chieftainship in the state's hill region. This information was shared by the BJP MLA Rajkumar Imo Singh on Twitter, a platform formerly known as the Twitter. The move is seen as an attempt to bring about equality and democratic governance in this area. Chief Minister N. Biren Singh announced in the Manipur Assembly on Monday that the government will enforce an act from 1967 aims at abolishing hereditary chieftainship. The act, which received presidential assent in June 1967, has not yet been implemented, allowing chieftains to continue establishing villages based on the hereditary practices. Imo Singh, the son-in-law of the Chief Minister and a BJP MLA, highlighted the need for the Act's implementation, noting that Manipur is the only northeastern state where it has not been enforced. He pointed out that Mizoram implemented a similar act in 1954. The hereditary chieftainship system has been criticized for its potentially exploitative nature, often leading to the nepotism and autocracy. Manipur, which is border Myanmar, is still experiencing unrest 10 months after violent clashes erupted between the hill majority Kuki-Cho tribes and the valley majority Meiteis over land resources, political representation, and affirmative action policies. Following these clashes, 10 Kuki-Cho MLAs have called for a separate administration to carve out from Manipur. Imagi Maira, a civil society organization, has urged the Privileged Ethics Committee to promptly present its reports for discussions on the ongoing assembly floor regarding the necessary actions to be taken against 10 Kuki-Cho MLAs who are allegedly involved in attempts to destabilize Manipur. With the current session of the Manipur Legislative Assembly coming to a close today, Imagi Maira has been steadfastly staging a sitting protest at Khoyathong for the past 5 days, advocating for decisive measures to address the situation. Conveners of the Imagi Maira, Thokchom Sujata, stressed the importance of the thorough deliberations on the committee's reports by the lawmakers. Sujata emphasized that even if the report is yet to be finalized, it is crucial for the legislature to engage in discussion during the ongoing session. She further underscores the seriousness of the issue, cautioning that if lawmakers likely to address the committee's finding and if tragically, Kuki militants launch further attacks resulting in the loss of the civilian lives in Manipur, they should be held accountable for their inaction. The absence of the 10 Kuki lawmakers from the current session, coupled with the Chief Minister N. Biren Singh's assertion that foreign Kuki militants are responsible for the attacks on civilians, raises questions, she pointed out, highlighting the confusions among the public. If needed foreign militants are behind the violence, then why are these 10 Kuki MLAs advocating for a separate administration? She questions. Sujata stressed the importance of the dialogue, suggesting that the 10 Kuki MLAs should engage with the majority of the lawmakers in the Manipur Legislative Assembly, which comprises of the 50 seats out of 60. Recently, the Kuki MLAs held discussions with Naga MLAs in Guwahati just before the State Assembly session. If such dialogue is possible, then surely the 10 Kuki MLAs can engage virtually with their colleagues to address the current crisis, he proposed. It's worth noting that when the 50 MLAs lawmakers stress passed resolutions on the abrogation of the suspension of operation, the 10 Kuki MLAs protested against the decisions the very next day. External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar on Tuesday says what happened in Manipur is truly tragic, while underlining that the entire people of India wish to see normalcy return to the northeastern state. Jaishankar was addressing the Indian community here this evening as a part of the first leg of the 4 days visit to South Korea and Japan. Amongst the multiple questions about India and the issues related to the Indian diaspora, one of the community members asked him about the situation in Manipur. In terms of how did this happen? How did the government let this happen? You know, there cannot be anybody who could not regret what is happening there. I mean, what's happening there is truly tragic, and it is tragic because of this close intermingling of the communities, which leads to this degree of the violence, which become very difficult to head off, the minister said. I think the entire wishes of the country are very much with Manipur. I mean, people would like to see normalcy return. They would like to see laws and orders back, Jaishankar said, adding, this is also not India, and certainly not the Northeast, which is anybody is hoping for. Manipur has witnessing escalating violence between Meiteis and the Kuki community since May 3rd, 2023, with 219 casualties reported after a tribal solidarity march in the Hill District protested the Meitei community's demand for the civil tribe. The Meitei, constituting around 53% of the Manipur's population, reside predominantly in the Manipur Valley, Infal Valley. The tribals, including Nagas and Kukis, who comprises 40%, primarily inhabits the Hill District. Answering the question, Jaishankar said this is something which we should take very much to heart, and mention how the open border with Myanmar was one of the issues, and how India suspended the earlier unique system where people could travel up to 16 kilometers either without travel documents. We have unfortunately decided now to suspend that and actually in a way harden the border situation. It is unfortunate, he added. Mizoram Excise and Narcotics Minister Lalhinglova Mar on Tuesday said that smuggling of drugs in the state has increased due to the ethnic violence in the neighboring Manipur. Replying to questions in the ongoing budget session, Mar said drugs are being smuggled into Manipur and Tripura via Manipur from the other countries. Manipur has witnessed escalating violence since May 3, 2023, after a tribal solidarity march in the Hill District opposed the Meitei community's demands for the civil tribe status. According to the MA, the Mizoram Excise and Narcotic Department has seized 15 kgs of heroin, 96.5 kgs of methamphetamine tablets, and 236.6 kgs of ganja since January this year. A total of 1,211 people have been arrested in drugs-related cases since January, he said. In view of drugs trafficking and drug abuse, Mizoram is now in a precarious condition. The governments, NGOs, churches, and the other people must work collectively to improve this situation, the minister said. He, however, says drug circulations or consumptions at a local level has significantly come down following a massive drive launched by the state governments, churches, and the civil society organization. Mar said 10 people, including a woman, have died due to the drugs abuse since January. The inter-village roads of the Oinams in Bisnupur district will be completed soon. The roads from Oinam Bazar to Iroms and the road from Oinam Lamlong to Oinam Awang Laikai Bridge will be started. For this, the local MLA I. Nolini has put in the work progress and the tender process is completed, said Waikom Kunjo Singh, Vice President of the Oinam Development Committee, in a press release held at the Oinam. He further says that the process of the blacktopping of the efforts mentioned roads are almost completed. The thing is incomplete of pipe crossing of Jal Jivan mission. On 2nd March, the official teams of the department came and measured the roads. After completing the pipes crossing the roads will be started, he added. In a tragic incident, health members of the family lost their lives and 4 others sustained injury following the explosion of 2 LPG cylinders in a residence in the Lucknow's Hatta Hazrat Sahib areas on Tuesday night. The incident occurred around 10:30 p.m. and fell under the jurisdiction of the Kakori police station. Prior to the twin cylinders blast, a fire broke out, reportedly ignited by the short circuits. The ensuing blast demanded the collaboration efforts of the 3 fire brigade teams and local residents to be extinguished. Subsequently, 9 individuals from the affected family were swiftly transported to the trauma centers of the King George Medical University. Regrettably, 5 of them succumbed to their injuries, marking a devastating loss for the family and the community. The victims were identified as the Mushir, 50, his wife Husa Bano, 45, Rajia, 7, Umar 4, Hina 2. Authorities were expected to conduct a thorough investigation to ascertain the precise cause of the explosion and to measure the necessary precautions are in place to prevent similar incidents in the future. A major fire broke out at an Hilltech hydraulic company at the Prasad Nagars in the Kukat Pali of Hyderabad on March 5. According to the report, fire tenders reached the spot upon receiving info on the fire incidents and tried to control a blaze. No casualties were reported at the same time at the incidents. It is yet not certain how the fire broke out. More details awaited. The former governors of the Meghalaya, R.S. Musahari, has stated that the Meghalaya Chief Minister, Conrad Sangma, is the most civilized Chief Minister of India. Musahari said PS Sangma to Progressively Meghalaya, organized by the Universities of Science and Technology, Meghalaya, on the occasions of the 18th death anniversaries of the yesterday when he was delivering the 7 memorial lectures on the roles of PA Sangma for Progressive Meghalaya, organized by the University of Science and Technology Meghalaya, on the occasions of the 8th death anniversary of the legendary politicians of the country. Addressing a huge gathering of students and the academicians, R.S. Musahari said that the late P.S. Sangma was the face of the Northeast, a legendary politician and a forthright man dedicated to his work. One of his most important achievements is that, like him, his children too are more civilized. There is no allegations of corruption against them. Sri Conrad Sangma is the most civilized Chief Minister of India, he said. Musahari stated that the late P.S. Sangma missed the 2 highest posts in the country, the posts of President and the Prime Minister, very narrowly due to the internal party politics. Today, Meghalaya is well known because of the leaders like P.S. Sangma, he added. Mabubuls Hoke, chancellors of the USTM, also addressed the gatherings and said that the USTM is highly grateful to the late P.S. Sangma as he had a vital role during the enactment of the USTM's Act in the Meghalaya Assembly in 2008. Late P.S. Sangma was a visionary who wanted to nurture young minds through education. He was always a mentor and a well-wisher, and our USTM is committed to particularly for his support and encouragement in our initiatives to establish higher education institutions in the states of Meghalaya. We are grateful to the present ministers of the Meghalaya, Conrad K. Sangma, and his entire team for their immense moral support and help for the progress of the university, he added. Professor G.D. Sarma, Vice Chancellor of the USTMs, made the concluding remarks and stated that the late P.A. Sangman was a very persons well known connected to peoples and helped the Meghalaya to develop and signed. The Bombay High Court has declared that working journalists do not fit the definition of employees under the Maharashtra Recognition of Trades Unions and Prevention of Unfair Labour Practices Act due to their unique status. The verdict was delivered by the bench comprising Justice Nitin Jamdar and Sandeep Marne on February 29. As a result, any complaint lodged by the working journalists under these acts before an industrial court will not be viable. In a significant move to boost the financial well-being of the government employees and pensioners, Chief Minister Professor Dr. Amit Shah on Tuesday declares 5% generous allowance effective from the January 1, 2024. This marks the third time under his leadership that such an announcement has been made. Addressing the Tripura Legislative Assembly on the third day on Tuesday, Chief Minister Dr. Shah highlighted that the government's commitments to support its workforce even during the challenging times such as the COVID-19 pandemic, emphasized that while some governments were compelled to hold salary, his administration went ahead and announced a dearness allowance increments to alleviate the financial burdens on employees and pensioners. With great pleasure, I announce a 5% general allowance for government employees and pensioners, reflecting our dedication to their welfare. In the face of the adversities, our government has consistently prioritized the well-being of our workforce. These decisions will result in an additional expenditure of Rs 500 crores from the government, said Dr. Shah. The Chief Minister underscores the significance of this move, especially during the substantial impact it will have on the lives of over 106,000 government employees and 82,000 pensioners. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma on Tuesday said that the state police will issue summons to Congress leader Rahul Gandhi over violence during the Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra in Guwahati. He said Gandhi will have to be physically present before the police, which will send the notice after the Lok Sabha poll. Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma on Tuesday said that the state police will summon to Congress leader Rahul Gandhi over violence during the Jodo Nyaya Yatra in Guwahati. He says Gandhi will have to physically present before the police, which will send the notice after the Lok Sabha poll. When someone breaks the law, the summons will obviously be issued. Summons will go to the Rahul Gandhi and he will have to extend here after Lok Sabha election. Here the reporters told the reporters on the sidelines of the official function here. Sarma says that the summons issued to the Congress MLA Zakir Hussain Sikdars and the Chief Congress President Bhupen Kumar Bora was just the beginning of the process. The Chief Minister was referring to a case filed by the Guwahati police over Congress workers breaking barricades in attempts to pass through the main road inside the city during the Yatra in January. Initial notice were issued to the Sikdars and the party's Guwahati City's General Secretary Raman Kumar Sarma, and both of them were already being questioned by the police. A letters dash off summoned to the leaders of the oppositions in the State's Assembly, Deba Brata, Sakya and Bora too, but both of them did not appear on the settled date. We have issued notice to the both of them for the second time. Sakya has been asked to appear before us on March 6, while Bora has been asked to come on March 7, a senior police official told PTI on the condition of the anonymity. In a significant crackdown on the drug trafficking, Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma announced via microblogging site Twitter that Karimganj police intercepted the vehicles at the Bari checkpoints, leading to the seizures of the substantial amounts of contraband. The police recovered 439 packets containing a staggering 1,317 kilograms of ganja based on the reliable inputs. 2 individuals have been apprehended in connections with this operation, marking a significant step in the fight against drugs smuggling. Further investigation into the matter is currently underway. This seizure comes on the heels of another major drugs burst in Assam's Kamrup district, where police seized drugs worth more than rupees 1 crore on Monday. Acting on a tip of teams of the Special Task Force intercepted the bus of NH27 near North Guwahati Multi-Speciality Hospital at Amingons and apprehended the 2 alleged peddlers. Upon searching the suspect, the police discovered 12 soap boxes containing 139.5 grams of the heroin, further underscoring the magnitudes of the drugs trafficking network operating in the region. An official statement released by the Assam police estimated that the total worth of the seized drugs to be approximately rupees 1.12 crore. Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma on Tuesday said that his government was working toward transforming Assam into one of the most developed states in the country and sought cooperation from the peoples in the endeavor. He also maintains that the BJP-led state government has been fulfilling its pre-poll promises, including providing jobs to 1 lakh youths. Sarma was speaking at his function in the Bazali district, during which he inaugurated and laid the foundation's project worth rupees 154 crores as a part of an ongoing statewide Bikas Yatra, an official statement said. The Chief Minister says that the returns of the peace to the state with almost all measures militants outfits now back in the mainstream. He helps accelerate the pace of development. He spoke on the various welfare measures of his governments and investments in infrastructure buildings aims at making Assam one of the leading states in the country. The government is inching towards fulfilling its pre-polls promises like providing jobs to 1 lakh youths, he added. Sarma appeals to the people for their cooperations toward the government's endeavors for the development of the states. Earlier in the day, he also launched projects worth rupees 171 crore in Bamgai-Gon district. Now let's take a short break. Keep watching for more updates.
Gear up for the future with Quantum University. Write your success story with our new age programs that shall be amongst the top 3 most rewarding careers in India and across the globe in the next decade. One of the reasons why Quantum is a leading private university in India is these world-class partnerships which makes it stand out among the rest.
The pinnacles of success for your children. Get enrolled to one of the finest schools in Northeast India, UNESCO School. Excellence in Education.
Diabetes ko loy na hinglibasing tha magi manungda control to bangamle. Urea creatinine wangbasu tha magi manungda hanthaba ngamle. Khong hamba nungay tabasu numit mga nigi manungda fahan bangamle. Pile saibadi nungsang nabasu chama da chama fahan bangamle. Cholesterol wangba numit kunida normal oy bangamle. BP wangbasu tha magi manungda normal oy bangamle. Fatty liver oy basu tha magi manungda fagat han bangamle. Pumnamak natural oy ba hidak makhalna layang jabani. Hakchang da sokadaba side effect amata laite. Makata na hidak chabagi mathau su tararoy. Hena kupa parol gidamak ngasimak langsin birau Diabetes Hospital Soibam Laikai Ayangpali Road opposite Karkinos Jennings Hospital Porompat Imphal East near Punjab National Bank.
Presto Personalized Wonders, Imphal da nauna hangdok jare, Hairiba sida personalized gifts, corporate gifts, awards and mementos, home decor, office rubber stamp na chingba potlam sing, mafam asida pangbigani, ngasi maglangsing birau, Tilak Ras Enterprises, Presto, Tangal Bazar near Kasturi Tong, Imphal. Contact number 0385-244-9025 natraga 98621-00456.
Welcome back after the break. A government official from Assam was arrested in a bribery case in Silchar. During the operation, authority also recovered over 12 lakhs in cash from his residence. The matter came to light after a team from the Directorates of Vigilance and Anti-Corruption trapped red-handed Abhijit Kar, field surveyors of the OO Silchar Development Authority, after he accepted Rs 15,000 as a bribe from the complainants from the issuing NOC. Further, during a search of the pockets of the accused, 38,500 and a search of his house in Silchar, Rs 12,60,890 had been recovered. A total of Rs 12,99,390 have been recovered, excluding tainted money. Earlier on February 13, the Special Investigation Cell (SIC) made a breakthrough arrest apprehending C.K. Singh, a junior engineer employed at the Public Works Department (PWD) Western Zone Office, for allegedly accepting a bribe. The arrest followed meticulous operations executed by the SIC team, prompted by the complaints lodged by the distressed individual. Singh, a resident of the Hailal-Kandi districts in Assam, was caught red-handed by the Vigilance SIC team while accepting a sum of Rs 50,000 in bribe money. The arrest took place after the complainant sought the intervention of the SIC team, having endured prolonged harassment from Singh in relation to the renewal process of his firm's license. Leading the operations were Inspectors M. Riva, B. Krong and L. Lama, alongside Constable J. Lawyer, P. Mondals, Y.K. Pandey and M. Oja. Their concerted efforts, augmented by scientific technologies and strategic planning, resulted in the successful apprehensions of the accused. The general officers commanding 3 corps, Lieutenant General H.H. Sahi, calls on the Governor of Arunachal Pradesh, Lieutenant General K.T. Parnait, at Raj Bhavan at Itanagar on Tuesday. In a meeting, they reviewed the security scenario of the Eastern Arunachal and discussed national security, the scrapping of the free movement regime (FMR) along the Indo-Myanmar borders, and the vibrant border village programs. The governor commended the preparedness and elance of the troops of the 3 corps deployed on the lines of actual control (LSC) in the Eastern Arunachal Pradesh. He expressed residence in the security vigilance of the troops, complimenting their resolve to maintain peace and tranquility on LSC. The governor, who has toured the eastern district of the Tirap, Changlangs and the Longding, shared his concerns regarding law and order with the corps commander. He suggested extra cautions given the issuing generals and the state elections in the Arunachal Pradesh. The governors asked the GOC 3 corps to actively contribute to the Vigilant Borders Village program, which will have dual benefits for local indigenous communities and the armed forces. He asked the corps commander to advise formations and units to conduct pre-recruitment camp for the local youths. The corps commanders confirms excellent coordinations between the civils and the military in all districts. The Deputy GOC 56 Infantry Divisions, Brigadier Sunil Upadhyay, Brigadier P.K. Singh, Brigadier Q and the Colonel Tarun Goel, staff officers to the GOC 3 corps were also present in the meeting. Union Home Minister Amit Shah launched scathing attacks on the India bloc United Fronts against the Bharatiya Janata Party (BJP) for the Lok Sabha polls during a public meeting in the Maharashtra Jargons on Tuesday. He branded this party as the Gamandiya Alliance, composed of the Paribarvadi or family-oriented parties. Shah highlighted the nepotistic tendencies within the India bloc, which with leaders like Sonia Gandhi, Udhay Thackeray, Sharad Pawar, Mamata Banerjee and Stalin's all favoring their own families' members for key leadership roles. He questions whether these leaders were genuinely concerned about the public. Shah reassures the people that the Prime Minister Narendra Modi is there for them, aiming to create a developed India for the country's 13 crore citizens. The Home Minister declares that the upcoming elections will be a stepping stone towards Viksit Bharat by 2047. He stated that supporting the Bharatiya Janata Party equates to endorsing the promising future for the country's youth, molding their nations and electing Narendra Modi as the Prime Minister for the third consecutive term. The ministers also made a special appeal to the first-time voters, encouraging them to support the parties that can help India achieve the status of the Viswa Guru. Furthermore, he called upon the youth to vote for a party that can reinforce democracy in the nation. Upon improvement in the law and order situations in the Valley District, curfew has been relaxed till 10 p.m. today in Imphal East, Imphal West and Tabal districts. In Kasing District, curfew has been relaxed till 8 p.m. today. However, in Bishnupur District, curfew has been relaxed till 5 p.m. today. Traffic is seen as usual on the roads. Most of the shops and markets were open. Several people purchased their essential items during the curfew relaxation. For ELITETV News channel, contact to the email address info@elitetv.in or 94028900982 and subscribe to ELITETV YouTube channels or follow Facebook page, Instagrams and Twitter for more information about the channel. Before we wrap up, let's take a quick recap of the top stories once again. Manipur governments to soon enforce law ending hereditary chieftainship in hill regions. PM Modi inaugurates India's first underwater metro lines in Kolkata. And curfew relaxed in Imphal East, West and Tabal districts till 10 p.m. For Kasing District, curfew has been relaxed till 8 p.m. In Bishnupur District, curfew has been relaxed till 5 p.m. today. Well, that's all for now. Keep watching ISTV for more updates.